Hello everyone, this is Lee and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about the reasons why I decided to purchase this property as an investment property. This horrible looking termite ridden haunted home, and I truly believe it is haunted. I'll show you why. As an investment deal, and hopefully that could help you make better investment decisions in the future. So stay tuned if you want to learn more. First, I wanted to take a moment to explain to you what's wrong with the property. It's absolutely everything from top to bottom. When I purchased the property, the roof was caved in on one side of the house. A tree had fallen on top of it, and that's the first room that I had to work on. The drainage was not draining. The plumbing was not working. The electrical was out of whack, and there was no sheetrock, hardly any sheetrock inside the house. There was rotten wood and termites through many sections of the house that I still have to repair. I have been working on the property for about a month, but I still have a long way to go. As you can see, the property is not so great to look at. And when I say the property is haunted, it's probably haunted. I found rosary beads inside and cryptic writing on the walls. It's just horrific. You could see that the property is somewhat leaning out. All of this pretty much has to be replaced, if not redone. And you're thinking to yourself, why wouldn't anybody just completely demolish this property? Because it's probably not worth it. But in my opinion, it is, and I'll explain to you why. All right, so let me go ahead and take you inside so you can get an idea what it looks like. So first and foremost, all of this has to be replaced. I have to take a look at the foundation, the support beams, and replace anything that's rotted out. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty bad. There's nothing holding that up. This is out of whack and funky. I have an idea what I want to do here, which is replace this and put deck boards, but that's as far as I've gone. You can see that the windows are damaged. There are actually shrubs growing inside the house. You can tell it's been abandoned for quite some time. Well, probably for over 7 years. So this is what the property looks like when you walk in. Yes, I did clean out the property, and yes, I do have some materials that I have yet to install, but as you walk in, you could see the creepy writing that I was talking to you about and why I think something is absolutely creepy about this property. I mean, I had goosebumps when I first walked in, and I thought to myself, man, something is absolutely wrong, and I'm gonna take something home that's evil. Take a look at the rosary beads on the wall, and also the kid drawings. This is like something from a horror movie, and it's absolutely frightening to me. You could see that the windows have to be replaced. There used to be an AC that I took out. That whole area has to be fixed. I purchased these windows used for about $75. This is what I'm gonna be using to replace some of the windows that are here. Right, this is the first bedroom, and as you walk in, I know you probably can't tell, but the whole floor is leaning down on that end about 4 inches or so. So I have to lift it up, cut out this floor, and repair all of the damaged subfloor and support beams. So these are the windows that I'm gonna be replacing. I kid you not that when I purchased this property, it had no sheetrock, absolutely no sheetrock on the walls. All it had was tar paper or roofing paper. This is a small Florida room that was completely eaten up by termites. I had to take everything that I thought was rotten out so I could get an idea of what I had to work with. So when I say eaten up by termites, I literally had to rip out everything that was damaged. And I know that you could see this. This definitely has to go. That has to go. I was actually considering ripping everything out of this room and starting from scratch, but I'm gonna try to see what I could salvage. You can see the windows broken, shrubs growing inside. This is absolutely the worst area of the house. And now we're gonna make our way into the kitchen. This is one of the only rooms that had a little bit of sheetrock on the walls, if you can call it that. Very poorly done. Cobwebs everywhere. Dead spiders, roaches, everything you could imagine that could be wrong with the property is absolutely wrong with this one. Pardon my materials and supplies, I did want to show you the property. So you could see that there was a little bit of flooring that I replaced here, and it was just so that I didn't fall through when I started working on this property. I wanted to make sure that I took care of myself and I didn't die working on this property. So now that I finished repairing that area, I'm gonna move the fridge out of the way and start repairing all the flooring in the kitchen. All right, this is the master bedroom. I should have started recording before I started working on this room and fixing it, but this is where the tree fell, right in this area. So the tree fell on top of this area here, and it was pretty much raining inside the property. So this is the area that I started working on first, and I decided to finish everything off here and replace the entire subfloor. All right, here is the master bedroom. So I replaced all the rotted wood, added support beams, and I'm starting to put on some boards. They're 1x8s, and I'm gonna run them all the way down over there, and then I'm gonna put the plywood right on top. Thinking of putting the water heater here, washer dryer here, AC there, toilet back there, sink, and then this corner is going to be the shower. But everything is level, and I'm going to go ahead and seal it up. So this is the master bathroom. I decided to install a corner shower, and I tried to keep the same design in as much as possible. This is the main bathroom. Of course, I've got to replace the tub, the shower walls. I'm gonna put new sheetrock here. The stackable washer and dryer are gonna go here. The AC handler is gonna go here. I did replace the toilet because I had to use the bathroom here, but this is what this looks like. And let's make our way to see the outside of the property to give you an idea of what this looks like. So there are no properties around us. This is, in my opinion, the most beautiful thing about this property is that nobody's gonna bug you out here, except the bugs. But you can see that there's a garage over there. I'm keeping some of my materials out here. I installed a water heater. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it here permanently. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna move it somewhere else. Not sure where yet. But you can get an idea of what the property looks like. There's a few bad spots that I have to fix, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything major on the outside except replace shingles and replace the support beams. So this is why I was so interested and excited to get this property. Take a look at all this space. There's absolutely nothing out here. It's just woods and this home. So talk about privacy here. It's amazing in my opinion. The front of the house, however, has to be redone. I'm talking about I'm ripping everything out of here to basically nothing. And I'm gonna start from scratch and make my own design. This is one of the fun things about working on properties, and this is what I like. You could create your own thing pretty much. There's the window from that Florida room that has to be replaced. You could see that there's termite damage on the support beam on the bottom. It's pretty much, it looks like it's gonna cave in. Good morning, disaster. This is how I get to wake up in the morning. This is fantastic. I don't know what's holding this thing up. Nothing. Man, these were the only boards I was able to save. 1, 2, 3 boards out of everything here because I've got to replace those right there too. You can see that the whole thing is just rotted, completely rotted out. All right, so you've got an idea of what the property looks like on the outside. It's a disaster, I know. But there's something that's really exciting about this property. And it's not that hole that's there. I'm gonna show you what I think is exciting. The garage, if you look at it, it's really far away from the property. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to purchase this property. If you look at the garage has a separate, completely separate entryway. It has its own gate. It has its own access, and I could easily install a fence from here all the way to the end of the property so that the people that rent this out could have their own separate, space. I decided to install gates on the opposite side of the property. So as you can see here, this is the separate entryway that I added here. Yeah, I know it's not completely 100% level. I'll work on that. But as you can see, the tenants could use these gates to access this property and all of the space here, which I think is awesome. So a property like this is probably not the best thing to buy as your first real estate investment. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I consider this a huge project. It's probably gonna take me 6 months if I was to do it on my own every day, 8 to 10 hours a day to flip it, fix it, and rent it out. So if this is your first time investing in real estate, I'd probably stay away from something like this. All right, so the reason I thought that this property was a good investment opportunity was because I felt like I was getting 2 properties instead of 1. I purchased this property for about $65,000, and after I fix it, it's gonna turn into an income monthly return of about $1,300. But I could also fix that garage back there and turn that into a small studio and rent that out for about $1,000 a month. So for an investment of about $100,000, I could get a return of about $2,400, which is amazing. But if I push the envelope and I think outside of the box, I could also purchase an RV and park it back there, run the water line, so on and so forth, or rent it out, as a daily rate and get about $100 a day for it, which may add an additional $1,000 on top of that. So I came across this camper that sells for about $18,000 and rents out for about $150 a day. So if I was to rent it out, let's say for $100 on the low end and only about 10 days a month, that equals about $1,000. So I'm estimating the income for this property to be about $3,300 and the expenses to be about $300. So the total income for this property would be about $3,000. All right, so if you are a real estate investor and you're looking to purchase a property and you have the option to pick a property that has land versus a property that has no land, pick the property that is going to give you the most options. Pick the property that is going to allow you to maximize your monthly return. So in what different ways can you think of maximizing your monthly return? Is it just a single house? Is it a garage? Is it an RV? Is it a mobile home? Comment down below. All right, so if you like what you saw and you're interested in more videos like this, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. I'm interested, honestly, in seeing what the end result looks like. So if you also like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thank you.